We're gonna deep dive on the Jeep Wave. What does it mean? What's the origin story? What are some Jeeps that are unlikely to wave at you? And I'm gonna get a little bit of help from my friends to see what they know on the topic. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us. So it occurred to me it's entirely possible people don't know about the Jeep Wave. Maybe that's why they're not waving at me. I don't really know. Maybe I'm the common denominator. So I want to do kind of a PSA and teach some people about the Jeep Wave. So if you're here learning about this for the first time, welcome. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with it. We're gonna make fun of some people groups, but it's all in fun, I do promise you that. You've probably seen the motorcycle guys have, I guess it's a wave. I don't know what you call that, but I want to demonstrate that for you guys. And then Toyota guys have their own thing. Hey!
Hey!
I love your Toyota!
No, I love your Toyota!
No way! Bronco guys have something entirely different, but because this is a PG channel, we can't show you that. Maybe you're wondering if there's proper etiquette. As far as the style, no, there's not. You can peace, you can put up a finger, you can wave, you can throw your whole body out. Hey, it's me, I got a Jeep! You can do about anything as long as you're letting everybody else know that you are a part of a far superior people group because you drive a Jeep. The only proper etiquette is that you're waving at another Wrangler, CJ, Willys, open top, roll cage kind of Jeep. Now, I didn't make up those rules, so don't come after me for that, because I will wave at other models of Jeep if they're lifted or if they're modified in some way. Hey, I appreciate you, I get it. You're a good dude in my book. Others might not get that, and it's actually kind of funny to catch, you know, a Cherokee guy, you know, to catch him off guard, because most of the time he's like, what? In my opinion, a TJ is going to wave at you probably 9 out of 10 times. What I find will not wave back, generally, is a JK. I hardly ever get these guys to wave back. The next one, JLJTs. I don't know if they just don't know, but they're gonna know after this video. So where did the Jeep Wave come from? That's actually a really good question. I wasn't super sure, so I enlisted the help of some of my friends and asked them some questions to see what they knew. Let's see what they have to say.
Hey all, Jolly Rubicon over here. Here to answer some questions for you. When was the Jeep Wave created? Basically after World War II, when the GIs came back home with their own Jeeps, they waved to each other. That's when that started. Do I wave to others? Yes, I do wave to other Jeeps. Most of the time they don't wave back, but I wave to every Jeep that goes by. The model least likely to wave, from what I see around here, is usually the JLs, the JTs. They don't like to wave that much. Anything modified, typically they wave right back. And what do I own? Well, I got Big Mike, the LJ. I got Detonator, and I have a few more JKs. But I'm very partial to my LJ, who's getting more heavily built very shortly. You guys have a great one.
When was the Jeep Wave invented?
Well, when was the Jeep Wave invented? I actually had to Google it because I truly didn't know. The Google says it was invented in World War II as fellow soldiers waved to each other. Personally, I probably started waving to other Jeeps, giving a nice friendly nod at, you know, in the early 2000s. You know, after a little bit of time, I've owned Jeeps since I was like 15 years old. So it was something I was certainly not into, but to recognize fellow Jeepers, mostly Wranglers or Gladiator owners. If you own a Cherokee or a Liberty or a Patriot or something, yeah, you're not getting a wave. I even find myself waving to some Bronco owners now for some crazy ass reason.
Do you wave at other Jeeps?
I do give them a nice friendly nod. I mean, I don't go out of my way like I'm jumping out my window to wave at them, say, hey, I'm a Jeep owner. That's just not what I do. Been driving Jeeps for too long to go crazy. The duck thing's not my thing either. You know, I get why it's been done and why it was started, but Yeah, I usually end up finding a golf club and hitting the ducks around the yard.
What model of Jeep is least likely to wave back at you?
What model or models of Jeeps? Usually your CJ guys don't wave back. I mean, they're usually pretty older and a little crusty. YJ guys are on the fence. Some TJ, LJ guys don't either. Of course, if you're in, you know, Liberty, Patriot, or Grand Cherokee or something like that, that's more of a station wagon. I don't even bother waving to them, so I couldn't even tell you if they wave back because I'm not looking.
What model of Jeep do you drive?
The model Wranglers that I drive, I mean, I drive them all. This JKU, Gladiators, TJ, LJs, YJs. I mean, we have them all for testing and evaluation, so we're constantly floating in and out of them. My favorite Jeeps are obviously the ones with the V8s or the diesels. I like the power and torque ratio to weight. Those are fantastic vehicles. My favorite, of course, to wheel is still the TJ, LJ applications. Visibility is fantastic off-road, the nice narrow bodies, you're not hitting everything. These, you know, the newer, more modern vehicles are quite a bit larger and harder to squeeze in very technical areas.
When was the Jeep Wave invented? World War II. Do you wave at other Jeeps? Mainly Jeep girls. What model of Jeep is least likely to wave back at you? The Jeep Brodozer. 6-inch lift, 35-inch tires, 34-inch wheels. I'm not offended. What model of Jeep do you drive? JT for my daily and LJ when I mean business.
Ah, here comes somebody. Excuse me, sir. Hey, yeah, you mind if I ask you a couple questions? I'm doing a YouTube video.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just, want to talk to you about the Jeep Wave. And I'm wondering, like, do you wave at other Jeeps when you're, like, on the road?
I don't have any ducks on my windshield. Screw you, buddy.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you. Bye.
Hey, Derek. So I'm pretty sure that the Jeep Wave was invented in World War II. As the Jeeps met each other, or the Fords, or whatever they were driving, they would do the victory sign. And then I would say the newer Jeeps, I probably don't see a lot of people wave with those. But I do the Jeep Wave. I see a lot of Jeeps around town. I'll do the Jeep Wave. And then I do drive a 2006 Jeep Unlimited, so a little bit more old school than the new stuff, but I do run across a few that don't wave, but that's okay.
Hey John, do you know when the Jeep Wave was invented?
I don't. I know I started driving Jeeps in the early 70s, part of the country where they weren't that common. So if you saw somebody out in a CJ Jeep, they'd wave at each other. Usually it was a full hand out the door type of wave. Over the years, it's kind of been moved around a little bit. Now it's a couple fingers up on the steering wheel. Its exact origin, I don't know.
Hey John, do you wave at Jeeps?
Heck yeah, I wave at Jeeps. I might miss a few in Colorado. There's just so many on the road, you can't keep up and still have a hand on the steering wheel.
So John, when you're out waving at Jeeps, which model is most likely not going to wave back at you?
Oh, rental Jeeps. Around Jackson Hole in Wyoming, a lot of rental Jeeps, no waving. After that, I think stalkers, some of them.
So John, what kind of Jeep do you drive?
I drive them all.
All right, guys, so you've learned a lot in this video, some funny, some not, just different people's interpretation of the Jeep Wave. And I'm sitting in a genuine 1942 Willys, and here's what you would have seen. That's pretty cool. So I'm here in my hometown of Middlebury, Indiana, and I'm privileged to be spending a little bit of time with a fellow by the name of Tom, who this just beautiful Jeep belongs to. I actually met him at a Memorial Day parade in our hometown here, and he talked to me, and it was very kind, and said, hey, you know, you want to talk Jeeps sometime, stop by. Tom was stationed in Thailand during the Vietnam War, and had some input on the Jeep Wave. As we know, as you've heard in the video here, you know, we believe it originated in, you know, coming out of World War II, and that the soldiers that got home, you know, had these Jeeps, and they were working, they were in fields, they were doing this, that, and the other, and it was not a peace sign actually, but a V for victory, which kind of gives me chills, you guys, because as you know, I'm consider myself pretty patriotic, and I love my country, and I love those who fought and died for our freedoms. So thank you guys so much. If you're vets, if you're actively serving, we appreciate you so much. But that's the story, the quick story on the Jeep Wave. And I encourage you, if maybe you're new to Jeeps or old to Jeeps, let's keep this tradition going. Wave at other Jeeps. In the name of all my other videos, kind of a salute to our soldiers. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.